Hello, everybody.
What's happening, y'all?
Welcome to Wow Okay. Third time that we are recording our episode. We are back in LA.
Back in LA, guys.
Yes,
it's been raining and dogs are barking and
but
I missed it.
Yeah, I missed it. So anyway, y'all, if you don't know about us, welcome to Wow Okay. This is our show where we talk about anything that makes you go, wow, okay. Because in life, there sure are a lot of moments that make you say that.
You know, I've had a very big wow okay week.
You have.
It's been very wow
Good
okay.
and bad.
Good and bad.
Right?
It's a lot of wow okay moments. Let's get into them.
Okay, so this week
we talk about sex, baby.
Sex, baby. Yes,
Let's talk
about you and me.
My favorite shit too, you know. Yes, sex can ruin your life and make your life better. Let's get into it.
Get into it. Okay. So, first question is, what constitutes good sex for you?
Ooh.
What kind of sex makes you go, wow, okay.
You know, I guess it really depends. Like, a lot of people say it's all about where your mindset is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true. I'm starting to believe that. Because I feel like if you're, like, still on the cusp from a breakup or have a lot of stuff in your mind, you can't really have good sex. So.
I mean, I'm going to go on the other side of the page with that and say you still can have good sex. It's just not probably the best sex ever. I do believe that feelings do connect to sex, but I can also have a lot of angry sex, like angry at my ex, and then fucking a new guy and have that be great sex because I'm just like, fuck my ex.
That's a dysfunctional ass pussy, but that's another day. See, the way my shit is set up, I gotta like people, I gotta be sure, I gotta be like good. Like, I'm an overthinker at heart, so if I'm not comfortable in a situation or if I'm still questioning something about them or the situation, it just won't be good for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I'm definitely... I had a lot of fun in my 20s. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I'm not gonna talk about mine.
I'm gonna just say that.
As a matter of fact, the kind of fun I was having, I'm gonna keep it.
That can't be put on camera.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all judge me.
But like now, I don't sleep with people unless like I get to know them and I want them. Like I'm a lot more like selective in who I let into my room, my body. You know what I mean?
Because see, this is the confusing part about me. I need to know, but I don't want to know. Because a part of me now, I'm so, I don't want to have feelings for anyone. Like, I've gotten to a point where now, like, feelings is too much work. I'm like, I'm already busy in my regular life. I ain't got time to also feel for you. So,
okay, but you just said that you, like, without the feelings, the sex isn't good. So are you not having sex? Or do you, like, you're like, well, fuck it. I'll just have bad sex then.
It's just really just a personal thing for me. Like, right. I feel like I have to be personally in a good space.
Right.
For my sex to be good. Like, where I'm like, I got, like, for example, I had a breakup recently and now I'm like getting back in a dating pool and like you're just not meeting people and stuff like that. I question everything now.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, you know, why he being so nice? You know what I'm saying? What's the catch? Or why is he trying to call me every day? What's going on? Like, I'm over the top of overthinking everything,
right.
But at the same time, I'm like, I'm disconnected because I don't want to like really get to know them to the point where I'm like, I don't need to know too much because I don't want to get too invested.
Right.
So it's just like, it really depends on me. But I think good sex is when two people they are attracted to each other. There's been momentum. I love how momentum builds when you're just fiending for each other, where you haven't gotten to it yet, but you guys really want to do it, and you know you're hanging out, maybe you know dating a little bit, drinking, whatever, and it leads up to it. I like the build up.
I like the build up. It's like foreplay out in the real world.
Yeah, when you're like, I can't wait to see what this is like.
Yeah, I like that too.
I think that's something that I need. If I don't have that, a lot of times I'm kind of like, well, what did I buy him?
Yeah. Like, can I return him?
Like, what is this? Like, I need connection. I need to like go out with you, you know, get to know who you are, get to know the things you like and dislike. That way I feel like I have some sort of connection with you.
Right.
Don't like sometimes it's just like people will be like, oh, I just have someone that I'm fucking. Usually when I'm having those situations, I have zero feelings for you. So it's just there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's just like you're here to like do the job and then
I mean, I don't tend to have fuck buddies. I never really I had them in the past, but I wasn't the one who chose that. Like I always had feelings for the guy, but he was always like, oh, you know, I'm not ready for that. Oh yeah, White Claw not sponsored yet.
But will be.
But will be, okay. Hey. But yeah, so like I have fuck buddies, but less out of my own choice. Now I get to a point where I'm like, if a guy wants to be a fuck buddy, I'm like, well, I'm not really into that, so I'm like, I'm gonna pass. But yeah, like I definitely agree that like that buildup with somebody is like intoxicating. It's so like okay, so there was this guy.
But then go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is one of those build up wow okay moments like oh my god if I don't get you right now so
yes.
was a guy that I used to work with okay but I've worked in a lot of places in LA.
We had this conversation last night like we can get into that later but go
okay so I worked with him and the flirting was like the sexual tension was like you could cut it with a knife. You could cut it with anything. You could cut it with a butter knife. It was just, it was so pure. Like, to the point where we'd be working and I'd be serving a table and he would walk by and, like, touch me. And I would, like, my eyes would roll back in my head.
That is some serious.
And I'm at the table taking a goddamn order and I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. What did you ask for again?
She was, like, really feeling this dude, though.
Right, and we never fucked. That's the worst part. We never ever got
That's how bad she wanted that situation.
But, I mean, that happens with that build-up. You know, because to be honest, like, yeah.
Did you guys ever mess it? No?
No, we never did anything. That's the saddest part about it. Is like you can't have a build up like that.
It's a waste of shock in the back.
Right?
For no reason.
I feel like I got blue balls. Or what do you call it?
I call it purple pussy.
Purple pussy. Men got blue balls, women got purple pussy.
I've had many purple pussy nights. I must say. I'm serious. I mean, I think that I've had a wow okay moment in my life where, because I usually don't have sex on the first date.
Yeah, me neither. I try not to.
Yeah, I've had one person in my life that it was just like the whole date I'm like, forget about this food. I'm getting ready to fuck this dude. And I'm okay with it, even though I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is when you do that, it's like, wow, okay, so now what?
Yeah. Yeah, having sex with someone
what's going to happen
soon.
Now?
Exactly. Because, like, yeah, you're right. You are trying to get to know the person. And, like, for me, at least, I've noticed in my experiences that when you have sex with somebody, then once you start having sex with somebody, you want to have sex with them all the time. So if you have sex with them early, then you kind of forget trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, you wake up.
That's the best part for me. I don't want to know this.
Yeah. She's the one talking about, it's better with feelings, but I don't want to know you.
Now, send me back to that. Those are my best sex moments.
Mm-hmm.
Sex to me, I've always been a very sexual person. So, sex is a part of, okay, you got to get toothpaste. You need, I need
toothpaste, deodorant, and sex.
That's the part, I need that. Like some of my friends and my mom is always like, you need to sit your ass down and just be single. I'm like, listen to me. It's like vitamins. If I don't get my fix, girl, I'm not going to be a great person.
That's true. It does, oh my God, after you have great sex and the next day, the whole morning,
it ain't even got to be great.
The sky is blue. The birds chirp louder. You're just dancing all over work. It invigorates you. You know?
I just need to be a part of sex stuff. Mm-hmm. But the best sex for me is usually when I have something with the person. I don't necessarily always have to be the sex is great. I could have see that's different. I could have sexual partners, don't judge me, but I could have numerous of people that are on my roster that I have different sexual experiences with.
Right.
It may not be the best sex in the world. Right. I don't feel for them. It's just like vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins.
Because
you can get your Rite Aid vitamins, but you can also get whole food vitamins. You know what I mean? Some are better quality. You know what I mean?
Whole food vitamin sex is when you guys have a real connection. Usually when you're in a relationship or something like that, you got to know the person, and then you become more comfortable. So now you feel comfortable to do more freaky shit.
Right. Ooh. Okay.
So for me, I feel like when you first you just have a fucking relationship with somebody, it's okay, we do this for our fix.
Right, yeah.
When you're with somebody, you get to know them more. You get to so I feel like those experiences become more fun for me.
I like that. And so that leads us to another question. What is the freakiest thing you've done? And what is also too freaky? What's too freaky for even you?
I don't want to talk about my freakiest shit I've ever done.
Oh my God. I mean, I have a lot of experiences that
I'll let you lead this.
I'll lead this one.
I'll go ahead and drink this way.
I mean, I'm open about it. I'm a freak. I'm very comfortable with myself and my sexuality, and I feel that in this day and age, women have come a long way to be able to talk about this now. Now I know we'll probably get some flack from people being like, "You sluts, you whatever," but you know what? You want to live your life.
Slut shaming is played out.
Right? Boo.
It's 2020.
Right?
No. As a matter of fact, there's no free pussy. Yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. # sorry.
Okay, we're gonna circle back to that, but yeah, so we've come a long way to be able to even be this open and free, and so I'm gonna use it. My ancestors didn't get to do this, so yeah, but
my ancestors. I have never thought about my ancestors the way they would be sucking dick. That never crossed my mind. My ancestors wouldn't appreciate the way I'm sucking this dick. What? I'm not even trying to bring them into it. They might have been slaves.
They definitely were, but that's not what. No, I'm not. I'm saying that they didn't have the freedoms that I do. So I'm not being like, hey, you know, ancestors.
I just want
like,
to use the word ancestors. That seems so old.
Oh my God. All right, fine. Even
like
okay,
spiritual.
Girl, even 100 years ago, women couldn't. Not even 100 years in the 20s. Like we
I think
come
it
so
just
far
wasn't
so fast
as it is now. Because that's not true. If you go back and you think about Marilyn Monroe. She was slut shamed a lot.
She was, and she wasn't even like, you know, out here like showing her pussy everywhere.
She was. They just didn't tell us.
Oh, okay, probably. All right, good.
No, she was.
But you know,
she was a side chick before side chicks became dope.
she was
the baddest side chick. She was Kim Kardashian before Kim Kardashian became Kim Kardashian.
I think she was smarter, but yeah, I mean, I'm not putting down Kim Kardashian.
Kim ain't dumb.
I never said that. I didn't say she was dumb. But I just said Marilyn Monroe maybe a little bit. But you know, I don't know either of them. I'm gonna take both of that back. I'm sorry. I like love to both of them, but yeah, no. So I'm very open getting back to my freakiest thing. So yeah, I do like. I know what I like, and I'm not afraid to ask for it. And I think that in this day and age,
I'm a little on the shy side.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I never would guess. Everyone, Fatima's Leah, the shy one. Okay.
I am a little on the shy side because of the fact, again, sending back to I'm an overthinker, and I'm like always. I have to like know you enough. Once you get to know me, yo, I actually have my ex recently, some shit we did, and then we were in the elevator, and he was like, what? He was like, so is there more? And I was like, well, like if I really get to know you, then you'll be like, whoa, this is some other shit.
Right. No, so that's how I am too.
That's why I'm afraid to ask for what I want in the earlier stages.
But that's why I don't sleep with men that I don't feel comfortable with anymore. Because back then I would feel like too shy to ask for what I wanted.
Too much time?
Well, then you wait. Like I'm patient now.
See, I can't be waiting. I need.
She needs the vitamins. She needs the vitamins.
It's the vitamins, like.
But yeah, so like I'll do things like okay. So my most recent. I'm not gonna say this is my freakiest, but this was a great wow okay moment. So I did have some phone sex the other day. And now we're in an age where it's video phone sex, which is the best.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
You reach a level.
And that was fun because it was also like, you know, that's even more uncomfortable. Like, you know, being naked with someone in general and fucking them, you know, that can already take time. But like you do it on video, like you just like, do I don't know. But I let him feel comfortable and we got to it. And at the end, he was like, yeah, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, it was almost like I was there, you know what I mean? It makes me want to be there with you more. And to me, that just like really, when you can't be there with someone.
But that brings us to how long you think you can go without sex? Because like some people do that. A lot of people are in long distance relationships and they do a lot of phone sex and like some people get into that crazy experience. Me personally, only so much of that I can do.
Right. No, agreed. And there's only so much of I can do. I haven't been in a long distance relationship.
Because honestly, I feel like I have. Because as an entertainer, I've dated other entertainers that were separated.
Right.
My last relationship, me and him were in a long distance relationship, and we did a lot of that, and it worked. But at some point, the way I operate, I would be like, "This is crazy. I can't just hang up and now I'm supposed to be regular."
Right.
I was on the prowl, like, "Well, looks like I'm cheating." I don't know. Like
you got to turn you on.
You can't. Or either that, it was like, "Well, looks like I'm on the next flight." Like,
right. Yeah, that's true too.
Like I can't.
I mean, I've never. I'm not gonna say I never would be in a long distance relationship, but I'd hope not to be.
As entertainers, that's kind of what our lives are.
Yeah. True.
You gotta get a master. I gotta learn from you. You gotta get masters at phone sex and things you can do because that's what your life is gonna be. You're gonna be consistently. Out of town or
see, I've always lived a life where I moved like a lot. Like I went, you know, to college on the East Coast and then I studied abroad in London. And so I always had guys around, you know what I mean? People that I was really connected with, but like, you know, couldn't be with monogamously because we were in different places at different times. So yeah, I would be able to like hook up with whoever I want, but who I really cared for and felt for, I would like, you know, phone sex them or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced a lot of phone sex in my life. It's cool if you want to do something like spontaneous and freaky, but for me, it's like eventually, when the fuck are you coming here?
Yeah, no, exactly. It gets to that point. I'm not saying that that's the point yet, but I'm just saying that was the best. That was the freakiest phone sex I've ever had, and it was amazing. It was so good. I was like, yes, okay, come through. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely more of a physical type. I would do what I can. If I'm in a committed relationship and we really feeling each other, I would do what I have to do. For us to both.
I'm telling you, we weren't in a relationship. Maybe that makes it better. Because like, if you're in a relationship, then you're like, oh, I really wish that you could be here. I was just like, I'm horny and I miss you, or I'm horny and I like you. Let's do this. You know.
All right, condoms or no condoms? You like?
Okay, yeah, we get into the real stuff. Condoms or no condoms? Do I like them or not?
Yeah.
I don't really notice a difference. Now, honestly,
okay,
I don't.
I had to say wow. Because when I chime in, don't judge me.
Okay, don't judge her. I tend to be with people that I'm comfortable with that I know, so I tend to not, like, we'll use a condom like maybe the first time, but then you fuck it so much, you gotta go through all the condoms. So no, I tend to not be using condoms because I don't need it. So I don't really remember what having a condom versus not feels like.
I hate condoms. So it makes it really hard for a girl that's really like, I don't really carry myself as someone that like walks around with feelings. So I'm easily being like, oh cool, this is what I'm doing right now, and being like, see you around.
But without condoms?
In my past, I've had some I haven't gotten, the universe has been on my side. I haven't, nothing bad.
That's going to lead us to our next topic.
But I'm not a condom person. So I've definitely had a lot of times in my life that people that I am seeing, that if we start out with condoms, I'm always the first person to be like, so they got this free clinic around the corner, you trying to go together real fast?
Okay, so you would go with them to get tested, and
I've been the person in a lot of my relationships that have been first to say that. So I have gone to clinics with my significant other.
So that's perfect. Okay, so that leads us into our next topic, which is STDs, which is a huge thing, and we actually did have someone write in and ask us to talk about that.
They did. Y'all are like, what is this?
People are finally chiming in. We ask all the time. I'm so glad that you are.
Everybody's like, talk about this.
Yeah, so I had a friend ask me last night, what do you think about STDs? And she had somebody be like, hey, so I need to see your papers right now. And she was like, is that a normal thing now? Is that okay? Is it not? I've never been to a place where I've actually gone with somebody to a clinic. Now, that is a great idea.
Let me tell you how wild this is, first of all. Please. Wow, okay. You sitting outside and he in there getting his HIV test?
All the tests. He should not just one. He should be getting...
Well, that's the scariest one. Like, to me, it's like, they're all scary. But see, it's a way that it works. If you go... This is kind of a cool thing in a way. Say you have been having sex with someone, you guys are using condoms, but you super ready to get to know each other in a certain kind of way. So you decide to do it. Usually guys are kind of side-eyeing me when I'm like, yeah, let's go do that. But then you have to wait 2 weeks for most of the time for STDs to come back. You find out about HIV the same day.
Yeah.
So when you do the STD test, you wait 2 weeks, no sex.
Yeah.
So that's a good momentum build. Then you go for the HIV test, but waiting outside the room for them to come out with their results. And it's like, are they smiling? Are they not?
Oh,
no! And then, like, you go in and they looking at you like... So I'm kind of an asshole. I went with one of my exes and I came out and I was like... And he was like, what? I was like, nah, I'm good. It's like, oh, I'm good. But it's silly. I mean, I recommend it. I mean, I'm a dick. A lot of times I've gone on, I'm always like, I got everything.
Oh my God.
I was like, what? And I'm always like, oh. Because I've slipped up before and like, we've done that before the testing. We went to a test after the fact. And I was like, who does that?
I've had that before.
We're dead already.
I know, we're dead already. Oh, we like, now we got it together. We got to stay together forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
because,
okay, so I've never... All right, so then I guess it comes to, like, if you're not... That's a great idea. I'm glad that I never even thought about doing that, going with somebody. That's amazing.
Oh, I've asked people for their papers.
I have asked... So, going back to what the person who wanted to know about this, I've asked people for their papers before. I think I've only seen them once. Now it comes into, so what if they don't have their papers on them, but they say that they're clean? Do you trust them or not?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm starting to think is if they will fuck with you without a condom and they trust you, it's like, how many people do you trust? Because I'm starting to think that way now since I'm in that realm.
What do you mean?
It's like, if you do this with me, that mean you've done it before.
Right.
The same way you could look at me like that. So
right.
Like, I've said this to a dude before. I'm like, so we both hoes out here. So let's talk. Let's talk. I just feel like, I think it really based on your judgment. I mean, you don't really know, but I guess you can base your judgment off of you. You really are risking it either way. I feel like having sex with anybody is a risk.
True.
So it's tricky. But if you are like that kind of person, like that you don't like condoms, you gotta kind of like play your judgment out, right? I don't want to tell people how to do it. You really shouldn't.
I mean, you shouldn't, but I mean, I guess I've been there, but where I've trusted them, and luckily, again, like the universe is on my side, like so far, and I'm good.
I've never been like caught up where I'm like, oh no.
I mean, okay, I
mean, everybody had a little chlamydia.
I'm so glad you said that. I was like, how do I tell the world?
I mean, it's this was
like when I was 18. I got chlamydia when I was 18 from my... the guy that I had like lost my virginity to, was in love with, and I went to... He was living in China, and I was living in Boston. Now, I went to visit him, And of course, like, you know, we'd already been together. Like, he was my boyfriend because we were so far away. But, like, you know, we'd already been together. So, of course, I'm not using condom. Now, I get back home and I find out I have chlamydia. And I'm like, sir, hello, what is this? And he was like, yeah, sorry? Like, the fuck? I was like, okay, you know what? You were lucky I could just take a pill and be done with this.
I was
that's
in
crazy.
anger management. I had one, I was in college and I got it from somebody. And I pretty much didn't call. I just dropped by. And we're going to leave it at that.
Wow, okay.
Right. Because I'm better now, though.
But
I'm better now.
But
I'm turned up. I didn't even call him. I was just like, oh, my pussy was like, shit, it's not going well. And I was like, all right, okay, cool. Got in the car. Hey, come outside. He was like, cool. We came outside and seen. I'm going to let y'all finish that. Oh. He'll never forget. He'll never give another bitch chlamydia again.
Wow. Okay. I mean, my answer.
Listen, I'm out here teaching lessons.
You are, because
if you ain't learning, you gonna learn the motherfucking day, nigga, with me.
You know what's funny? Because I have the exact opposite side of that story, which is still okay, but in a worse way. They're both bad, but so that dude, the one I was in love with, who gave me chlamydia, and I told him, I was like, yo, you gave it to me.
I wasn't even in love with this punk. All right.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't, but I was. And
I don't be out
I was like, yo, you gave this to me. This is some fuck shit, but whatever. Get a pill. I'm gonna get a pill. It's fine. I see him like 6 months later. He moves back to the States. We go, and I see him back in my hometown in the Bay. Nigga gives it to me again. He didn't get a pill.
I'm sorry, bro. Whoa.
Yeah.
I almost dropped my motherfucking White Claw because I was about to be like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Now
that is some.
Now, first of all, yeah, that's fucked up. But at the same time, answer this for me. What made you want to go do it again?
Well, because I was in love with him.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't. It wasn't like a, you know.
Well, I consider love an STD.
That keeps coming back
every time. I just told this guy this. I was talking to this guy, and we were talking in the car. He was like talking to me about some shit, and I was like, yeah, I don't really like feelings. I don't like love. I'm like, I'm not really down for it. He looked at me crazy as fuck, and I was just like, you know, when I fall in love, I feel like it's too much. Like I feel sick. Like I don't like it. I feel like I'm not in control.
Yeah, I like that feeling.
I like control, so I don't like when I'm in love. I'm like, fuck that. Like to me, I feel like is there a pill?
No. I want a pill to fall. I love being in love.
Because look what you did.
Butterflies.
Love that made your ass get burnt twice.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
You love them. You know
love
what?
Is
Yo,
shit.
but true. But you don't need to be. You weren't in love with your dude, and he burnt you once. I mean, you know what I mean? Like.
Right, and then turn around and was like, oh, I love you. Get the fuck out of here,
right? Okay, but that also, like, the other part of what my friend wanted to know was, if you do have an STD, how do you go about that with your life? Now, I wish we had someone we could bring on the show who does have an STD.
I don't know unless it's something that's not curable.
Yeah, like if someone, I don't know any, well, at least I know
it's bring me to, will you date somebody who has herpes so we can't, and knows it, right, tells you.
We can't talk about the fact that, you know, I wish, if any of you watching or listening has an STD and wants to, you know, tell us your story, please reach out to us, because I wish that I had someone we could call in, that could call in or come to our show.
I actually have a funny story. I had somebody that I was dating that had herpes.
Right, so we're going to talk about this. So, like, what do you do?
He told me.
Yeah.
And I never talked to him again.
Oh, okay, so yeah. Are you a dick if you don't want to date somebody who has herpes or
He didn't have
HIV?
genital herpes. He had, like, herpes where he was like, you can only catch it if there's flare-ups. And I was like, well, the way my schedule is set up,
bitch,
I'm not going to be able to, like, be like, you got herpes this week? Like, that's too much for me. My schedule's already packed. I can't be, like, typing, like, your lip not doing okay. I just decided that wasn't for me. But I appreciate this man's honesty.
Right, yeah. And I appreciate the honesty, too. And, you know, okay, so I was talking to one of my friends, and he was telling me that he had just started seeing this girl, and she told him that she has herpes. And I was like, okay. And he was actually okay with it. He was like, all right, you know, I can, you know, we can use condoms and prevention and all this stuff. And he was like down for it. I'm in my mind like, wow, okay, I don't know.
She had genital herpes?
She had genital herpes.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to take a side. I had to give her. I almost poured out a little liquor for her.
I know. Actually, this is a wow, okay moment. Oh my God, I just remember this. So one of my best friends, she had a friend back in college who, this is the worst story. I cannot, I praise Jesus. This is not my life story oh my God. So this girl was a virgin, and she fucked this guy that she met one night for the first time. Mm-hmm. And the next day she woke up screaming her head off. her vagina was like on fire. They took her to the hospital. She had the worst case of genital herpes. And now herpes usually you're supposed to like, they say when you get tested that like it can take 3 months to even like show up in your blood.
Right.
This bitch the next day.
So that nigga was herpes.
That nigga, she fucked herpes.
You know what?
That's like, are you kidding me? He didn't tell her
I
and she was a virgin? Yo.
That's crazy.
For the rest of your life, you can't have sex.
Guy, you know what? That's what leads me back to this and saying like, I made some really like bogus decisions in my life when it comes to that. But yeah, I have a guy friend, and his first time ever having sex, he got HIV out the gate. It can happen, people.
It can happen. So
you
try to
gotta
protect
be careful
yourself.
about who you trust or who you think.
Yeah, because also they may not know. There's another thing. Like even if they got tested, like they could say I got tested 6 months ago. Well, they could still have it, or they got tested 3 months ago. Sometimes it takes a long time. It used to, at least with HIV. Now they do like a little blood thing on your finger and it's 10 minutes. But it cannot show up in your blood for like 3 months. And same thing with herpes. So they could think that they're clean, or they haven't even gotten tested, and they don't know. And you know what I mean. So you always got to be.
We live in LA where they got a billboard on every corner. Mm-hmm. They making them like friendly now. They having people eating candy. They trying to.
They got buses and WeHo. You just walk down the street and just like
they trying to sell it to you in a way to make you to want to go get tested.
Right,
they like, we're giving out suckers.
Right. Because I mean, I know the gay community now. I have a lot of gay friends who are like, yeah, we're taking PrEP all the time. You know what I mean? Just in case, and that's good. That's really.
I want some of that.
I know. Why they got it?
Why they don't? You know what I'm trying to ask right now? Why the LGBT community got all these things, but they be like, fuck the straight people. Y'all don't need no support. Y'all don't need no pills. You on your own, straights. I don't get it. They don't care about us. Oh like, we need to start a straight community. Like, I'm tired of this. It's true though. I mean, I think you should be careful. Sex now, I think we're heading into a new decade. Yeah. So like it's getting more riskier.
They got super herpes and super chlamydia.
I don't even know when you put super in front of something.
I mean, all the koalas got chlamydia. I think that's
I ain't even. This brings me to how freaky will you go? Will you let a motherfucker put a gerbil in your ass?
Right.
How would you feel if somebody be like, listen, I got some sex gerbils upstairs.
Oh my God, what you trying to do? Yeah. So how?
I'm not into ass sex.
I like anal.
She said that. Wow. Okay, you said that like you was like, I like cheese.
I like cheese too.
You said that pretty simple. The way you said it was like, yeah, I'll take some of that cheese. Like, no.
Anal for me, please. Thank you.
Anytime you got to go through the back door to get anything, it just doesn't seem safe. Back door, like.
But it's like, I mean, you can't get pregnant.
I've tried it and I've done it because of like the other person's desire. But while it's happening, I start thinking too much. I'm like, yeah, we're just doing this out of charity here. I'm not really into it. Somehow I feel like I have to take a poo. I don't need to think about poo in the middle of sex. That's true. Those connections don't work for me.
That's true. I mean,
it's not my thing.
You know, you got to know if you do like it, you got to know when, you know, is the right time.
You got to really be into
it. And I only do it with people that I'm very comfortable with.
And how big is this dick's?
That's true too. But now again, the gay community, they be hoarding all their stuff. They got these things called poppers.
Yeah, I saw. I don't anything. If I gotta take a drug for this to be good for me, it ain't good for me. Like, if I can't naturally enjoy this shit, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. I'm just saying, like, I'm freaky, but I'm not like it. If I got to question what the fuck is going on here, like, no, I'm not. I have different things that I like. I mean, I definitely.
So will you try new things to see?
Oh yes, I will.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So how?
Because I don't believe that you can like just missionary have sex with the same person. First of all, let's get into that. Same person sex. Do you believe that are we walking away from commitment in this new age? Do you believe that marriage is starting to become obsolete? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you can literally have sex with the same person for the rest of your life? Because once you learn someone's sexual patterns, y'all gonna do the same shit because they know how to make you come. Right. They know how to make you do stuff. So
and there are only so many things that you can try that, you know what I mean, if you have already, you know, how old you are, you've already tried
trying new things could get edgy. Like, let's talk this. Bringing a third person into the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm down with that.
Me too. But I feel like from my experiences with it, it can get a little messy.
Right.
However you paint the picture. You know, now I'm corporate with my shit now. Now I'm like, bitch, you gotta sign a contract.
Oh, they got contracts on phones too for like what you will do, what you won't do.
You gotta, it's got to be all in the paperwork. Because now, regardless of how you do it, when there's feelings involved, you add in another set of feelings.
I've never had, so I haven't had a threesome while I was in a relationship. I've been open to it when I was in a relationship, but it never happened. I've had threesomes where I was the one who was brought in, and I'm always brought in because I'm like, man, I'm trying to catch feelings for either of you, or it's just like a fun time. Threesomes happen, and people are always like, how do you give something threesomes? I'm like, if they happen, you just say yes, okay? You just in the area, and you just go with the flow, okay? So I've had some fun.
I mean,
I would be called what they call a unicorn, okay? Now, if you're in the sexual community, you know
like
this.
I ain't trying to be labeled as nothing. I feel like it does make things difficult. I think bringing another person into a relationship, it kind of makes, because you have no control of how people are going to respond or how people are going to feel. And I feel like, what if you bring this third person in and one person is starting to feel the other person more than they feel you?
Right.
Or what, like if you talk more, jealousy in human beings,
it's just,
it's nothing you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I really feel like it has to be very structured.
Right.
The relationship part, having like a third party relationship, I don't know how people deal with that.
Yeah, I don't know with like the thruples or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because when I love someone so hard. I don't know if I could love two people that hard at the same time. But I don't know. We're going to this day and age where like
I do, because I love the fuck out of me, so I'm always loving two motherfuckers at the same time. That's a tricky situation.
Stupid.
I'm just saying, like I be real in love with me, and then they be like, but it's them.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know about the whole throuple thing. But when it comes to
if
you're fucking someone the same person for the rest of your life, how do you keep it if you think you can? Like, it's funny because I used to, when I was younger, I used to think that I wanted to be with just one person because I want to be special to one specific person. I want them to be special.
That's the part that becomes a hard part of it, which I've experienced. If you're the number one in the relationship and then there's another one, it really depends, because if you guys have been together for a really long time and you guys are both like kind of bored with each other in a way, regardless if you're number one, you're going to start feeling number two when they are paying attention to this other situation that's intriguing to them. It's a really tricky thing.
Especially in this day and age where there's so much information and everything moves so fast and there's so many ways to connect with new people. It's like, how do you not get bored? How do you not
I've been in 2 open relationships.
Okay. I've never been in an open relationship yet. But
and I think that they're successful if both of you are on the same page. My only concern about it is the way, again, backstemming to what I said earlier, I overthink a lot. And I'm very emotional. It takes a lot to get to my emotions.
Okay.
So in my open relationships, it was like they worked, but I had a really hard time really connecting with the person that I'm starting with. Like the more that
you put a wall up to keep yourself.
It's like the more that I had freedom, the more that I was disconnecting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just how I work. That's not how everyone works. But for me, it was like we had a bond. I had one great open relationship where we had a really great bond. We ran businesses together. It was like a great thing. But the more that we had time and separation apart and we were doing other things with other people, the way my brain works was just like, we're just doing whatever we want to do.
Right,
like my mind couldn't wrap around the idea of he was my main person and this was this. In my mind, I was like, the way that I'll give you a good example of why my mind went that way. When I was able to step out of a relationship and have other people, although he was like, you can only have this amount of time with them, you can only do this amount of things, because we had rules. The way that other people would feel about me, I would be like, how can we control when he steps out, how he's going to feel about this person or how the other person's going to feel about him?
Right, because the other person can catch feelings.
And that happened a lot of times. To the point where I would be like, how do we know when one person's really, you don't know.
Yeah.
Human interaction is something you cannot control. I don't care what we say and how we fucking put contracts on it.
And it's always like you end up feeling the way that you say you're not. Like guys be like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want a relationship right now. I just want to fuck buddy, and then they end up falling for you. You're like, okay, but you said that, so I
didn't. You shouldn't have said it out loud. Now you're doomed.
Or girls being like, you know what, I'm cool with whatever, and then they catch feelings, and it's just like, so I think communication, especially when it comes to sex,
100%. That should have been the top of this topic. Yeah, that goes with everything from STDs to great sex to what you're gonna bring into a relationship. Communication is so fucking key.
Yes. If you were open and you talk and you were constantly talking, not just like one talk about it, but because feelings change, people change, we grow, we move, we are always in motion. So you were allowed to be like, hey, so I felt this way yesterday, but today I'm feeling this way. Yeah. And I want to keep you updated. And I think that when you do that, that actually brings you closer. You know
I used to think that I was strange the way that, because I've always been a very openly sexually person, someone that can very disconnected emotionally. This is how I've been this way since high school. I didn't start having sex until college. I lost my virginity very late in my life.
I was 18, like right before my birthday.
I lost my virginity at 21. That could be why things are fucked up for me now. But I did a lot of like on top of the clothes wild shit in high school. Like I borderline was like a white girl. Like you know, how white girls like I have my virginity, but I'm sucking dick.
You know what I mean? Like it's just anal. It's not sex. Like what?
Yeah,
okay.
I wasn't doing any. Yeah, back.
No, we know she doesn't like the back door, but I've heard that before from.
I was doing a lot of on top of the other shit in high school, but I was not giving away pussy. That's probably why now I'm like, let's do it. Like, I started.
That's how it was when I was in my 20s. Like once I finally got into it, I was like, people want to touch me, yes.
But I definitely felt like in those, like when I did start having sex, I would be kind of confused that because you're raised to believe, especially as a girl, that you're supposed to like love the guy you're with. You're supposed to want to be with this one person. I could never identify why I could not commit and why I would be so quick to ready to do something else. Me and my mother had these conversations a lot in my youth because me and my mom have like the best relationship. We can talk about anything, and she used to always be like, "You're so bizarre." Like I remember there was this is a true story. There was a point in my life where my mother had to sit me down and be like, "You know that you can't have sex with their friends."
Oh my God.
And I was like,
wow, okay. Oh my God.
And she would be like, and I'd be like, "What do you mean? I don't like him anymore." And she was like, "Yeah, but the way this works." Like
the way society is set up.
The way that I was sexually, I was like, when I wanted to do it, I would just do it.
Wow.
There would never be a thought of the person's feelings. There would never be a thought of this.
So you like a dude?
Very much so. And my friends used to say that to me. A lot of my best friends back home in Chicago would be like, "Oh, dudes love you because you just like them." And because my friends would be like, "I feel this way. I do like this," and I'd be like, "Yeah, no." Like I've always been that way, and I used to be so confused about it in my early days because you are raised as a woman to think that you need to be in this one relationship, and my mother used to be like, "You need to stop. You need to chill," and I used to be like, not understanding why I couldn't. Like I would be like, I don't understand why it would be so short lived with me with relationships. While when I would be in great relationships where dudes would be great to me and things would be fine, I'd be like, side-eyed in the next situation. I moved really quick in my like youth, like a lot, to the point where I would be like, something's wrong with you. And I was like really, that could be why I have issues now. I was really like insecure about the way that I moved sexually. Like throughout my whole entire like life, because I was like,
right.
And then even I had a younger brother that would be in relationships.
Right.
And it would be like, I would get relationships, but I would be like so...
But you really want to be in them?
No, I had baby mama mentality. Like, I would be like, I need a nigga at the crib.
Right.
But I'm gonna fuck around.
I mean, like, that's really interesting. And like from a psychologist standpoint, that usually is to go into your attachment style, and that sounds like an avoidant attachment style.
Yeah,
but we don't have time to get into all that.
But at the same time, I did. I think a lot of it was also that I just didn't really like to be trapped. Right. I do have a very independent, free spirit.
Which is avoidant attachment style. And if y'all want to read more about this, actually, there's a book called Attached.
Yeah.
I actually gave
keep saying I'm trying to read it, but I ain't.
She read her part about it about herself, which is good. And it's really good if you guys want to know, like, you know, about adult relationship attachment styles and psychology wise. Get it. It's amazing. Get it on Amazon.
But I learned this later though. As I got older, it changed.
Yeah.
Where I would be like, okay, when I would be committed to somebody, I would be so scared that I would be periled the whole time in a relationship. And then I would be like to me, me loving you is a prize. And if you do it wrong, it's like, I could be, I'm not very committed. Now I can admit that to myself. It took years for me, for a while, I was like, I can do this. And I'd be lying to myself. But now I realize I'm not a very committed person until I really, really, really like, I have to really, really like you to want to commit to you. Right. And when I do, if it doesn't work, I'm pissed.
Like, I finally put all the effort in, and now it's not working yet.
I mean, like, you're like, what?
Right. I can see that's definitely interesting because the attachment styles, it explains why you're like that and how, because attachment styles also change. Again, like I said, people change all the time, and it usually comes from a different type of, from a trauma that happens in your past. So everyone's supposed to be secure attachment styles, but, you know, we all have fucked up lives as humanity.
Nothing bad happened. Maybe we moved too much or something.
Well, it comes with your parents getting divorced at a young age and moving around, and like you would have been.
I don't know. I'm like, nothing shitty happened.
But besides from that, I do like to point out the fact that we are moving into a day and age where you're allowed to be like, hey, I'm not a committed. I don't like commitment. I don't like monogamy. I do. Now on all these,
I do now.
Okay,
as an adult now, I just need someone that understands my type.
Right.
Like I can say that. Like for example, it bothers me now because like you were saying earlier, men, no, like the mentality of a man is always going to be the same. It's like they want a freaky girl, they want an independent girl, they want all these things, and then when they get her and they see it visually, like, whoa, what is this?
And that's going to bring us to our next thing for sure. Yeah, I do want to say real quick though,
sorry, go ahead.
with on the opposite side, so she was saying how, you know, her experience, she was always like, yeah, I want to fuck everybody, like I don't want to be like tied down. I would, on the opposite side, would use sex to try to get with men, because we both started sex late, so you know you have a different learning process with it. So once I started having sex, and guys would be like, yeah, I don't want a girlfriend, I just want to fuck, but we had such good communication and such great sex, I would always keep having sex with them, thinking in my mind they'll come around. Now as an adult, I know that is not how it works. And women, any young girl watching this, please do not think that you're gonna win over a guy with your pussy.
Don't think like
you can throw a rock
I'm
and find a
pretty,
pussy.
Like my pussy's
no,
good.
It don't matter what.
Girl, first of all, they're not picking you based off pussy or your looks, or your personality.
No.
Men pick for the weirdest reasons.
For the weirdest reasons we will never understand.
You'll never.
Yeah. So no. So once I finally like came to that conclusion, because that hurt me. I went through a lot of
had a
years
moment like, what is he doing with her?
Yeah. I mean, that happens all the time. You're just like, or like, why did he pass me up? Like, because they're going through whatever they're going through in their life, in their own minds, and they ain't thinking about you. That's
the thing is, like, I could say this from a woman's perspective, since I do have a very male way of thinking when it comes to dating. Men choose based off of what they need in their life currently.
Currently, yeah.
That's the same way that I've always thought.
Right.
And then I felt inadequate with those thoughts because
you're a woman.
I'm a woman and
yeah,
I'm around other women that are telling me like that's not. Yeah.
That's so interesting because I was literally just thinking about this earlier today. I was gonna put it on Instagram, but I was like, whatever. So when
don't judge me on this podcast, by the way. Men are gonna see this and be like, I told you.
Right.
You know what? Fuck you, Darnell.
Yeah.
Don't. Because I swear, men are always like, I can tell that.
And yada.
And my feelings have said.
Right.
You know what?
Hush up. But this is interesting. So when men say, you know, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, they fucking mean it. Like, but when women say I'm not looking for a relationship right now, if the right man comes along,
she's looking for a relationship.
That's out the door. No, not necessarily. She may not be looking for anything, but like when the right person comes along in a woman's life, she'll be like, you know what? Maybe maybe I can see myself with them. When the right when the right man comes along in a woman's life, like she'll change her mindset, because like this is a great man and she may not get this chance again. Now when a great woman comes into a man's life, it don't fucking matter. He still wants what he wants when he wants it. He'd be like, yeah, she's fucking amazing, but I still want to fuck around right now. Mm-hmm. So she'll move on with her life, and then he'll end up like when he feels like it. And we've actually been told by men, like a coworker was like, yeah, I settled down with my wife because like at that time I was like, all right, I'm tired. I'm done fucking everything I see.
True.
And
but that's the best part.
And you can't take it personally as a woman.
When you stop and choose and you didn't ran through a bunch of bitches that's been great, you gonna land on your karma, boo.
You gonna land on your karma.
There's a song out there that says, I feel sad for the bitch you gonna end up with. It's a Cardi B line.
Yes.
I'm just saying. That's why it brings me to this though. If you are a freaky person, if you are somebody that's just open to sex, make sure you're open and vocal about it. Mm-hmm. Make sure you let people know where you are. Make sure you let people know what you want. Communication again, back to that,
right?
So that you don't set yourself up for shitty karma and you don't hurt anybody,
right? So that brings us to the freaky part, but from the male's perspective. So I've always wanted to know, as a female, mm-hmm. you know, because I am a freak too. Do men like freaky women? Because they clearly they act like they do, but do men want to settle down with a freaky woman? Because I've always, you know, like men be like, oh, she's a freak, but like I don't want to take her home to mama. So I asked a few guys.
That's still happening?
Well, I mean, it's sort of, but so I asked a couple of my guy friends about what was their perspective on it, and they both answered, you know, no, yeah, there's freaky, like fun freaky, but I want to know, like, if I'm down to settle down with a freak, but like
this answer gonna be continue.
Hold on, but they're like, but there's like freaky in love where she's only gonna do that
for
freaky
me.
stuff.
Boo!
No, not for me, with me. So
yeah,
like they're like
still control.
I mean, I guess control.
I'm not doing that.
I don't think it's control.
Because wait a minute, pause.
No,
because he gonna be freaky with other bitches though.
Not necessarily. If he's cheating, if
he's just hanging out with you.
No, I'm talking about This is when
are y'all dating?
Yeah, settle down with them. Settle together.
So so wait, that don't make sense though. Because
so how you gonna go from A to B? Yeah, that's true.
How do you know that she's not freaky though?
So here we go. This is what I'm saying. So they're saying, yeah, they like to have fun with freaky girls, but like they'll only settle down with freaky girls when they know that she's only going to do that freaky stuff with them. Now here you go. How do you get from A to
but
B,
then
man?
that's dumb.
How are you going? Because she's not going to like start off as shy and then turn into a freak. No, she's going to be a freak the whole time. So like, how are you going to settle down with her if she started off as a freak and now like what? Where does the
right there? Yeah, that's because it's bullshit. And at the same time, it is. I'm so sorry.
I mean, that's what they said, but I mean, men are bullshit.
Pause. I have 2 brothers. But 90% of the guys that I grew up, 90% of them, like, okay, I'm the last of there's 15 grandkids in my family. The earlier group of my growing up are all women, but I was younger than them. So I kind of hung around all the men in our family.
Okay.
And that's something that I learned. Maybe that's why my mentality is the way it is too. But I grew up around them and it's just like, that's BS. Men always want control. My father put me on game with that. It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't want to take her home to mama. I want to make sure she's mine. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but I'm going to make sure that I got that.
I mean, it's kind of biological in that sense. Like, men, yeah, that is men.
But how you going to know if she's a freaky? First of all, if she freaky, she learned it somewhere.
Ooh. I mean,
you ain't teacher.
I learned it from porn, but that's just me.
Okay, let's talk about, you know what? Let's get into porn.
Wait, hold on.
Is that freaky to you?
Well,
do you want to watch porn while having sex with someone?
I've done it before.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I feel like it's distracting.
I mean,
so at this point, I'm riding and like looking at some other shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck.
Okay, so it was the 2 times I've watched porn with someone. One, it was like we were just, fucking around, no feelings, no nothing, and he wanted to, and I was like, okay, whatever. It was a bit distracting. The other time was because I was in a long relationship with someone, and we were trying to bring in something new to the relationship. So, the different reasons to bring in porn. I like watching porn just on my own. Like, I'm not someone who just likes to just get off.
I feel like porn has taken its levels a little too high for me.
It has. There are some nasty things out there.
Spitting on backs.
That's the nastiest thing you can think of, bitch? Spitting on backs? Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna need to
tell us what's the nastiest
your
thing
porn. Your porn searches must be boring. I'm not watching
tell
it.
us what's the cool shit.
I'm not saying cool. I'm not saying cool. I'm just like, even you go to a porn page right now, and if you watch porn, they have a whole bunch of topics that come up, right?
What is it? What's your favorite?
Yo, no, not favorite. This is crazy. They have some crazy shit up there now. Like incest is. Tell me why incest. Ooh, this brings me to our next question too.
Sick.
Why is incest like the thing right now? Like stepmom, stepdads, or like family, all this. Like, I don't understand why that's like a thing that just pops up as a main topic now. Because it used to just be like interracial, lesbian, gay, and like whatever, and anal. And now you have all these subtopics, So it's crazy. But that brings us into a question that men have asked us to ask on this show right now. Men want to know, or my guy friends anyway, why women are against saying daddy, but they'll say poppy. Now,
I can't identify.
The whole thing to me, I don't want to say daddy at all because I don't understand why men even like a girl to call you daddy, because that to me is a little bit incestual. Like,
I mean, I like zaddy.
Okay, but zaddy is kind of like poppy.
I don't know no poppy. I'm black. Okay.
But either way,
like
they're both 2 different. So poppy is just daddy in Spanish. So and zaddy is basically
why am I speaking Spanish to this black?
Why zaddy isn't even a word? Why are you speaking gibberish to a man then? Okay.
I'm not dating no Spanish dudes right
now. You're not dating gibberish man either. They speak in a language, correct?
Here's the thing. Most of the guys that I've dated don't want to be called daddy because they seem like that's some kind of mental problem here.
I mean,
I agree.
It's been coming around.
I
haven't experienced it until recently. Men have been like, call me daddy. And I'm like, no, I don't want to think about my father when I'm fucking you.
Well, if I'm calling you daddy, what kind of shit is you buying me? Because daddy to me means
that he's paying for stuff.
My daddy hopefully is buying me shit.
Okay.
Why am I? Hey, dad, what am I daddying you for? Can I get some new shoes? Daddy?
I want to know where this whole daddy thing came from. Like maybe it did come from incest.
That had a daddy issue.
Yeah.
Stop it, ladies, because I can't.
Because I'm not with that. Now, but so this guy wanted to know, like, so why are you down with saying poppy or zaddy instead of saying, instead of saying daddy? And I'm like, because I don't want to say it in general.
I mean, but I'm down with a married man and he got kids. That's funny. You can call him that.
That's hilarious. I love that. That's funny. But I'm down to try the poppy thing because that sounds like, it's a different culture and I like it, whatever. To me, I'm not thinking about my father. All right, but I'm gonna let you have zaddy.
I mean, I don't really use zaddy that much, but I like it's funny.
I think it's funny that men even want it at all.
Man, nothing like that.
Because I don't want men call me mommy. I'm like, bitch, ain't nobody trying to put no kids in here. Get out of here.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Motherfuckers think, at least this is how my brain is, I'd be more scared of a kid than an STD. I'd be like, pregnant.
I cannot with you. They're both for the rest of your life. I mean, at least you can have an abortion. Well, I mean, hopefully.
That's rough. That's a rough week.
That's a rough week. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Herpes for the rest of your life.
I hope I never get anything.
I know. I pray.
Out here on some bullshit.
I'm about to go buy some condoms after this little talk.
You know.
But men, yeah, I don't know why you want us to call you daddy. I don't really want you to call me mommy. I kind of like the mamacita thing. I was like, all right, cool, you know.
Well, you guys can hear her for all the like sibling daddy talk.
No, I want to know why that's a thing. That's
I'm messing with you.
But you try to call me out. Please do not.
Like, guys, I'm gonna leave it out of that.
Like, now I can't have sex for a week now because I'm just gonna be.
No, you'll be fine. I think it doesn't really matter the way that we look. No one cares. you could be cross-eyed. They'd be like, oh, she's blonde. Men are dumb as fuck. They choose their sexual part. Like, here's the thing. One of my guy friends was like, he brought this girl around me that he met on Tinder one night, and I was like, this bitch is whack. Like, she was dressed whack. Ooh. She looked homeless, but he was like, look at her lips though.
Oh, she got them dick sucking lips.
Right. That was his exact words, and I was just like, so you gonna let a homeless dick suck?
Oh,
like,
God.
She looks homeless, but her lips were big.
So. And also, it's like, what? I'm sorry, the rest of the lips in the world can't suck a dick? Shut the fuck up.
Like they think so
That's
dumb.
True, that's true. And yeah, I want to know why men will pass up, like, I've had times when men, like going back to what I said when we first started this, the guy that I was working with, and we had that great sexual, like, you know, just like energy, and why we didn't fuck. Like, I don't understand why men won't fuck people that they find attractive.
Because that's too much work.
But then, how is it work if she's really ready?
Because men don't want to have some shit to answer to. It's almost like if you got common sense, he like, she could read. I don't need that. Okay, I need somebody I can fuck and she won't be, she blind in one eye. She won't be able to find me after this.
She homeless with the dick sucking lips.
Yeah, like she ain't got, like, what the fuck? Like, when you, literally, it's harder for women that are successful, I believe, to get people.
That's why we all turn lesbian now.
I'm not going.
I'm not going.
I'll play, but
I don't know.
I'm sorry whoever I might have in my roster right now that's gonna see this, and they gonna get upset. But truth is, I don't think you should. I'm freaky. I like to do new sexual experiences, but I don't ever see myself in a female relationship.
I just love the male pheromones. This is
gonna ruin things.
I love male pheromones. I just like when I'm like just they. You don't smell pheromones.
I don't feel like I can have a life without a dick. Because I have women that are like, well, I can put on a dick.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, then that brings us to sex toys. We don't have too much time, more people, but it's funny because, like, this topic with sex, you could talk for a week about this, but sex toys. So, yeah, like, how do you get off? Do you use sex toys? Do you not? Like, I have chosen not to ever buy, I've chosen not to have a dildo up to this point in my life because I don't want to, like, get used to it and then, like, start having sex with a guy and be like, well, you know, my rubber toy can do it better. And then also on top of that, like, is that really satisfying? Because, like, to me, the best part about sex is, like, the physical connection. Him touching you and caressing you and kissing you.
You like slapping niggas? No.
Get it? No, I know. I mean, I do like little, like, choking. But, I mean, and also, like, that gets into it. Like, I can have great sex where it's just, like, the fucking part. But also, then at the end, I'm like, get the fuck out of bed. But now, if I have great sex to me is, like, when we're done fucking and we want to lie there naked with each other. And he's like, and he wants to kiss me still. And, like, it's not, at that point, you know, it's not just like I'm just trying to get a nut out. I'm here with you.
It depends on the person for me.
You know, of course it depends on the person. If he's, like, gross and I want you out of my bed and you kissing up on me, I'll be like, okay, bye. But, I mean, I feel like people can feel that energy in general. Like,
it takes a lot for me to get to that. Let's just put that there. Like, I have to really, like, sometimes I'm kind of like, I'm one of those people that's like, when I do like you and I am interested, I'm always, like, freaked out. I'm always like, what's wrong with me?
Oh, no. I get scared when I start liking somebody because I've been hurt a lot in my past. So, like, I'm always like, crap, I feel like I have more feelings and they're going to just, like, run away. I mean, it's just, like, as an adult, you get older, you learn how to, like, you know, again, communication is always key.
You know what? I'm a runner. If I start feeling feelings, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to feel feelings and he might not like me. I'm always like, I got to leave.
That's funny. You're like, a flight, whereas I fight. I'm like, I'm gonna try to find a way to, like, make this work. And neither of the things work. Neither of the running away from it and trying to fight for it.
Like,
neither of those work.
If you've ever dated me and I just disappeared and stopped answering texts and I got real vague, I probably liked you.
Like,
that's
how sad is that? How sad is that? That's hilarious.
Like, because if I really, like, I've only put a lot of effort into people that I'm like, I've dated, then you'll really get to see how deep I, like, love. Like, I think only one person in my entire, maybe two, have really met her. And they usually end that with being like, you're crazy.
I mean, I just, like, to me,
I don't show her very much. She doesn't get out much.
She doesn't get out much.
She doesn't.
I can't stand it. I don't know. I don't like playing games.
Oh, maybe take that back, because there's been somebody I didn't text back that I really didn't like you, nigga.
Oh, she was like, except for that one person.
Yeah.
I don't like it how many.
I gotta say that too. I don't want nobody to be like, when I see you out, you like, I know you love me, girl. No.
No. But it's funny because for me, it's like the second that I'm like, you know what, like I tried and this isn't working, and I did. That's when they start coming around. I'm like, I'm so sick of this shit where men want to chase all the time.
I've been trying to tell her.
I hate games.
We gonna end it.
I ain't got time for games.
I've been trying to put her on game for a minute.
I mean, I can play the games.
That's why my roster be so high, because I be out here like, well, I might text you.
And I'm having great phone sex, okay?
I might text you back, and I might not. I'm probably not, but
at least phone sex, you ain't gonna get pregnant or worry about STDs. So
that's true. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, this has been a short conversation with sex, because like she said, we could really go long with it. I think in a nutshell, we learned that you got to have a lot of communication.
Yes, always. Try to stay safe. Please stay safe.
Stay safe. You got to be open with your partner. Like if I really feel like now, like when you make this choice, it needs to be a conversation about what you like, what you don't like, what you're into doing, what you don't into doing, what do you want out of this, what you don't want out of this. I think that needs to be vocally said.
A guy asked if he could piss on me before.
I mean, I haven't been asked that, and I think
that was wow, okay. I was like, there we go. That wow, okay one. He was
wow. That's
wow. We gonna end on that wow, okay.
I've never had anybody ask. I think that I hold a really
I didn't let him do it, people. By the way, like no, I was like, that's my line. I think I just learned where my line is.
But I think I carry a essence. Oh, I didn't get into this. We didn't get into that. We don't have time. But I was gonna I carry a very strong personality that I think I do intimidate a lot of guys.
I mean, I've heard that I'm intimidating. I don't see it because I'm a really shy person, which is, I mean, in a weird way. Whatever, but keep going.
No, I was gonna say, like, some men do like control so much. If you're a type of woman that they feel like they could lose control, they have a really hard time staying hard with you. They really have a hard time, like, really trying to figure out you in general, because they feel like this isn't the typical me just dealing with a certain type of woman. Like that, and
we are definitely we are very individualistic. We are not this
because
normal,
men think, whether they want to admit it or not, men go into things with feelings as well.
Right.
And the way men are in life, I mean, I have brothers like they turn and burn. They're out here just doing them with women, and you might run into one and you're like, holy shit, something is different here.
Right.
This is intimidating for me, and I don't know how to approach it.
Right. But they also get scared too. They also get scared that they're gonna get their feelings hurt. They don't admit it as much as we do, but yeah, they're scared that they're gonna get their feelings hurt. And I guess if you were strong, woman like we are, they're scared that like I don't know what I do want to ask men. Yeah. What are you scared of exactly? Like, what is it about intimidating women that scares you? Are you scared that you'll like us too much and then it will leave you?
I Google it because it happens to me much, and a lot of times it's usually.
She Googled it. Wow. Okay.
The number one thing is usually they're too into you. They're too into
so they're like you, how they run. Like, yeah,
and
you like someone,
they're confused, and they're like, oh my God, I've never experienced this. I've had this happen to me. So I'm gonna leave y'all on this. I had this guy that he ended up being my boyfriend later, but he was, when I met him, we met on Tinder, and we had a great date, and right out the gate, he was just like, I'm only in an open relationship, I'm only polyamorous, I don't really do this, I don't do that. He gave me ground rules, like right out the gate. And I'm emotionally detached anyway. I was like, whatever, nigga. I mean, you paying for this meal? Like,
right? Let's talk about things that matter.
You do whatever you want to be in your life. I'm going to the comedy club after this. Whatever. But the first time that we ever kissed, he pulled away and he looked at me and he was like, wait, what? And those are his exact words. If he watches this, he knows who he is. And I was like, what? He was like, yo, I've never felt anything like that before. He was like, you should lead with that for the rest of your life. And I was like, what was it? He was like, it's so passionate and so beautiful that I was just like, it was crazy. He kept having issues with me, like where he would try to pull away and he was like, I don't know what it is. He was like, I don't know what I missed. He would try to find any kind of excuse he could of what it was.
Because he was scared.
Because he was scared. And a lot of men are like that because if they are used to being like some men look at women as a pattern. Where they think they know how we move. They think they know how we're going to change. They think they know how we feel. Some men think they found the fucking roadmap to women.
Okay.
And when they meet one that's not the typical roadmap, they get confused.
Which
I've had that a lot.
Because I'm the opposite. Like when I find something that I don't know, the unknown, I get drawn in. I'm like, yes, I want to learn. Because I get bored in life. Like
I had another guy
already learned that
just
shit.
Tell me like,
I want to know new
every
things.
time I think I get your map, you change the fucking map.
And I'm like, yes, bitch, that's what I'm looking for. But I guess men are too scared of that. And you know what?
No man wants to not be that spontaneously not knowing. It's true. Men marry a type of woman that they know that they can be solid with.
And
if
on
you
that,
don't know what's going on, they don't like the unknown.
Right.
Most men don't, not all, but most.
All right.
Which I'm gonna leave y'all on this. Please
I hope
comment
that's
on
not
this.
true. I hope y'all change. But yes, please comment on this. Let
Leave
us
us
know all you
messages.
think about your sex stories, what
There
you
you
want to
go.
know, your questions or not. This has been Wow.
Okay, I'm Fatima Talia.
I'm Ava Ray Walker, and it's been a
We'll
pleasure.
see
Until
y'all.
next week.